Men always want a bad.
That's not what men want. And
yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is. Men always want the baddest.
Are you?
No, but I hear men always say, "Oh, I want the baddest. I want this. I want the." Who's a 10 out of 10. I want.
You don't hear men say
yes,
that.
because men look for status. They want a woman for status.
No, we don't.
Yes, they
no,
do.
They don't.
Okay, but yes, they do. Men want
men that y'all
a
watch on television.
status.
Like I hate to repeat myself, but it's the men that you are focused on, which is celebrity-minded, mainstream media push men. Everyday men.
No,
I'm a man. I'm telling you, y'all looking at men in a certain sector of reality, which is not the everyday man. The everyday man don't care about your status. Based on the conversation I had from these women, the men that I know what they appeal to is what these two young ladies was talking about. Someone more conservative, saving themselves. Don't no man want a bad. He may want to have sex with that, but as far as a woman that he wants to be with long term, it's not a bad person.
I'm not walking around saying
I ain't talking about you. I'm just talking about whatever you call a bad. Men don't want that.
Bar is so low with men that we talk about them like they're preschoolers. It's like, yeah, he's still learning to talk about his feelings. Yeah, but he does know about questions. Yeah, he knows how to ask.
Okay, I'd like to say, first of all, what preschooler do you expect to pay for everything? Both men and women weaponize incompetence, but like some women get on here and act as if it's just men doing it. Like, we get some women who come on here and say they don't want to make decisions. Making decisions, like, do you understand, like, what you, like, as a grown human being, like, you do have to make decisions. You want to turn your brain off when you're with your man. What is that?
But you said you wanted to do that.
I can do it with you, though.
But
see, me and her, we have a different thing going on. But there's very much a big thing of traditionally women, like the things they say, like with these traditional values, they kind of want to act like children a bit. Okay, so to see this post where it's like, oh, men are the preschoolers, it just doesn't click. And the infantilization of women is so normalized that we don't see that as being weird. Like, there's a lot of. What?
I said you're an infant.
Whatever. Okay.
No, but you do. You kind of act like a baby sometimes.
When you activate baby mode, but that's like a different thing. The thing is, like, it's so, like, there's so much stuff where it's like women doing baby stuff that are like thrown away as like, oh, you know, it's just a girl thing. Like, that's just what women do.
But I'm just a girl. Okay.
No, you're so much more than that.
No, I'm just a girl.
Then let me know when you're a woman.
Okay, bye. All right, get out.
I'm out of here.
Don't come back.
I won't.
Okay.
I don't even got my clothes on. I don't need them though. Yeah, please. I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm out of here. Bye. But seriously though, like, there's some people who genuinely think that like women should never pay for their own food, shouldn't pay for their own gas, stuff like that. Like, you're telling me that's not being like a little preschooler, little baby, like, oh, I can't pay for things. Like, like I don't have to use money. Whoa.
Because since everybody's in an uproar, what happens to the men that will pay you to take a day off from work so you could just go do nothing with that?
Nothing happened to those men. They are still out there doing it. But a lot of those men have options. So that just means you're probably not high enough on their rosters to get that type of treatment. The rest of the men are using their day off from work to rest and relax and do whatever it is that they want to do. So they're not stuck doing whatever it is that you want to do, because those men have to go back to work the next day. So my advice to you is to stop watching those Lifetime movies, get off that cell phone, turn around and go back to work, because you know your lunch break is almost over.
Narrative that we hear about black men.
They don't get married.
No, they don't like who?
Oh, they don't like black women.
Well, yeah.
The national average for black men who are married, what are they married to?
It's got to be black women.
Black women at what percentage? Over 85%. But it don't matter though, because once they make money, that's when they go get white women.
White women, yeah.
The national average for making over $200,000, black men, right? How many of those men are married to black women?
I'll give him about a cool
95%.
95?
I believe it.
I do believe it. And then when you hear the horror stories, we got to talk about Scottie Pippen.
Girl.
Lex has a good point though, because they'll show the Scottie Pippen, right? And they'll say, look, this is how black men behave. Yeah. But that's not the fact. Destroying the black family has been on the forefront of the mind of the people who created this country. How do you destroy the black wealth in this country?
Yeah.
Destroy the black family. Make black women think that black men don't love them. Make black men think that black women don't respect them. That's all a fallacy. It's not true. The older I get, I'm 40 years old now, the more I realize that everything I've learned from mass media has been programmed by people who have an agenda.
Y'all have got to stop putting all the blame on the boy when the girl gets pregnant. I like Hallie, you like Hallie, we all like Hallie. She's very likable, but she's not dumb. We all know where babies come from. And to be at the height of your career, making two like huge movies back to back, a Disney princess movie like The Color Purple, and to be actively engaging and not be on birth control, that logically means to me that that baby was planned. I see a lot of think pieces and a lot of people saying that he got her intentionally pregnant to hold her down or because he was jealous of her, as if she wasn't willingly participating, like as if she wasn't in the room. And here's the thing, if you're actively when you're not planning against the baby, that means you're planning for the baby. There is no in between. If she wasn't planning against the pregnancy, then they were planning for the pregnancy. I think the baby was planned because logically that makes sense to me. Now, whether or not you think that he's good enough for her or your opinion on them having a baby before marriage, those are other topics for another day. But all these things talking about he did this to her, y'all acting like she wasn't in the room. Especially when we see the trend of like every 3 to 6 months, another young, black, multi-talented, gorgeous woman engaging in baby mother culture. And then y'all look at the baby dad like, oh, he was just trying to sit her down. He was trying to humble her. I mean, even if that's true, she was engaging in it too. Like it takes two. Unless there's it takes two.
Why is it that when men tell us their experiences, we have the audacity as women to tell them that their experience is not right? A man will get in the comment section and share his experience, his lived experience as a man for whatever topic it is. And women will get in the comments and say, I don't believe you. That's not true. That's not right. To invalidate and cancel the man's experience. The only way that I have been learning about men is having dialogue and asking questions. And a lot of things that I thought I knew or thought I understood, I did not. Until a man came around and clarified and shared their perspective and their experience. And I was able to take that in and process that. I will never be a man. I will never understand what it is like to be a man in this world. So it is very important that when I ask a man a question, I give him the space to give me an answer, even if it's something that I've never heard or don't agree with. It's his learned experience. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. I got this from Five Below, and it is so good. I don't know. I just wanted to say that. I just don't understand how we could be telling men about themselves. I don't know.
And now you understand that men are not lying when they tell you that modern women don't want to hear anything that they have to say. There it is right there.
Because 50-50 puts women in danger. If they are tied up in a household where they're splitting bills, they can't leave as easily if there's violence present or if the person is not a good partner. So it is not in a woman's interest to risk her safety to live with a man and split bills, because men are intimate partners. Even if you get pregnant, especially, those are the number one people that are likely to end your life. So there's no reason for a woman to risk her life to move in with a man and split bills. So that is why, one of the many reasons. But the other reason is you guys need to be doing what you say that you're supposed to do, which is provide. So we didn't make up those rules. You guys said that that's what you're going to do. Women had to fight to get the right to work. So now that we have the right to work, our job is not to then take those spoils and then make your bill load easier. So essentially, mostly the safety, and then the other part is the principle.
Somebody in the comments said, it amazes me how quickly stupidity seems to spread like a disease across social media, especially TikTok. That's it. Another person says, you don't sound like an intelligent woman at all. A woman is actually in more danger of being walked over and disrespected and mistreated when the man is the primary breadwinner. Instead, go bring some more to the table. It's basically saying you're in more danger if the man has all the control instead of like going 50-50. At least you have some power. And to top it all off, Susan says, I'm so confused. I'm a high earner with accounts in my own name, plus my name on everything we own jointly. How am I trapped? I'm only here as long as I want to be. I don't need to be. And she responded, goodbye, Susan. Of course she responded that because Susan got on her behind. Susan decided Susan was going to get on this TikTok and hold her accountable, which is what most modern women need to be held to, a higher standard of logic and reasoning instead of this stupidity. This makes absolutely no sense for you to get on here talking stupid like this. Like, you can see in her eyes, she's trying to work out how it actually makes sense, and it doesn't. She knows it doesn't, and yet she's still saying it. I mean, what are you looking for? You don't want a man to have complete control, so don't have him go 100-0. Don't have him paying all the bills. Well, okay, if I want a little bit more control, I'll go 50-50 then. Nope, that's still bad for you as well, because the man still has control. How? We're splitting the bills evenly, and I could just take my half and go where I want to whenever I want to go. How is that dangerous for me? It still is. You see how stupid that is? Not able to articulate what's actually wrong, like something that actually makes sense. But this is modern women logic, so I guess I understand.
So my baby daddy told me that we can't do the matching pajamas this year because he got a girlfriend. Do it look like I give up about a girlfriend? The can come match with us if she wanted to. All I give up, I don't give up. This ain't about me. It's for the kid. We've been matching every year, together or not together, for my son. Y'all already know I don't play when it comes to my baby. And this want to tell him that we not matching because they in a relationship? Do you want to get this man up? Do you want to be in a relationship, or do you want a dead? Ooh, child. Something about these girls that like to date these men who had lives and family before them. Pray for them. Because we matching this year.
A dumb take and one that I don't understand. This man has moved on and found somebody, and here you are telling her to move out the way. You move out the way. Y'all didn't work out. It's over with. Find somebody else to match with.
I just texted my situationship of 8 months and said, hey, I love coloring you. But I'm never going to meet my husband if I keep coloring you, and I think I actually am finally ready for more commitment from someone. All was great in my head. Like, in my head, he didn't even reply. Great, life lived on. Why did he reply and say, who's to say that person can't be me? That wasn't in the script. So now my brain is frozen.
Well, I popped my balloon. First of all, let me say, she fine for real. Like, I love her eyes. I love the style, the swag, everything. Except I listen to my intuition. Okay. I feel like you have a kid. Am I wrong?
I have a daughter.
I knew it. I knew it. And I just couldn't get past that. I popped my balloon. I love the fact that you my age. I love women my age. But at the same time, singer, songwriter, I've been in the music game for a minute. I'll just leave that at that. But also, you look like you've been playing dudes for a long time.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
You can't assume.
Nah. Am I wrong, though?
No. I mean, yes, you're
You
definitely
said, no,
wrong.
not wrong.
My fault. Yeah,
you
no,
look
you're
like
definitely
you've been
wrong.
trouble for, you've been breaking hearts and everything like that. So
I'm a genuine person. I got an amazing heart. I treat guys like how I want to be treated.
for some reason, I don't believe it. But
I'm sorry that you feel that way. That means you're insecure within yourself.
I'm not insecure, but it's all good. Just my intuition. Because you 38 and you fine, and somebody should have, swept you up already. So
Oh, no, because sometimes after you break up, you take the time to heal and learn self and see what did you do wrong, where did you go wrong, where you need to go.
I feel it. No judgment, no judgment.
Somebody in the comments said this isn't intuition, it's self-preservation. Bro knows these 304s when he sees them.
If you was to have a man come over for the first time to your house, would you feel obligated to cook for him?
No.
Yeah.
God, no. Oh, no. Sorry. I'm the cook of, me and her live together and we have another roommate and I'm the cook of that. Yeah. And I enjoy it. It comes from I'm learning, I grew up with a dead mom, so I had to learn everything on my own. So it's like, sorry to trauma down. I grew up with a dead mom, so I kind of learned everything on my own. So I'm kind of in this learning phase, and I'm actually really enjoying it.
The man gotta cook for you.
That's what I'm saying. That man better cook for me. See, but that's where I'm different. It's like I'm striving not different from everybody. I'm not like different, but like where I'm different from you two is like I strive to be like a stay-at-home mom. So it's like actually. Me too. I strive to be a stay-at-home mom. So like I have to get good at cooking, and like I feel like if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, you have to show that immediately.
You can hire a nanny.
Somebody told this young lady to get new friends, and I couldn't agree more. Starting out on a bad foot because a woman said, I love to cook and I'll cook for anybody.
He cheated on me! Bitch, I don't get no. He cheated on you? I don't care. He's my friend, and you ain't gonna change that. He cheated on you for a reason, Kayla.
Ain't nobody wanted to wear them ugly ass matching Christmas pajamas anyways.
So I'm texting this dude, and he trying to convince me to come over because he keep talking about his D game go crazy. His D game go crazy. Why do men like to talk about their D game so much? Then I pull up, I get the D, and it ain't do nothing. He was talking about, oh, this D gonna change your life, this thing gonna change your life. The only thing that D changed is my pH balance.
Again, I say, you don't have to do any background checks. Don't even pay for it. Save your money. Just hop on TikTok and see what these women been up to. You'll get your answer real quick.
Your last breakup, was it your fault or theirs? 100% my fault. It was the first time I dated someone after I called off my wedding, and I was just really excited to just like date casually, and I just like really fell for him. So for months I was like, I don't want to date you. You're not my boyfriend. And I was pretty not nice to him. And then I was like, okay, we can date. And I was just like really in love with him, but I really didn't want to be in love. So I was really lashing out and acting like a little kid. And I would cheat on him all the time and tell him. And then he would stay with me. And then I lost respect for him. And I was just a mess. He was really nice to me all the time, even when I was horrible.
How does that make you feel?
It's like one of my only regrets in life was how I treated him. Yeah, it makes me like really sad because he was like a really good guy.
Can I have your name and where you're from?
Emily, and I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Oh, but where are all the good men at? Oh man, I can't seem to find one. I just want one so bad. Modern women. I guess bro didn't want to hear anything. He didn't want to have no arguments, no nothing. Here, you can be alone and single with these cats. That should be great, because that's all these modern women want anyway. Be safe out there.